Jeremy Clarkson has taken aim at Lewis Hamilton following last week's nail-biting British Grand Prix. The Grand Tour star Jeremy Clarkson never minces his words when it comes to airing what is really on his mind, and his latest social media posts are no different. Following this week's Hungarian Grand Prix, the broadcaster made several subtle digs towards Formula One star Lewis Hamilton. It comes just a week after Mercedes driver Lewis, 36, crashed with Max Verstappen, 23, during the British Grand Prix at Silverstone, which saw him land a 10-second time penalty. However, this week saw Lewis come third in the race, with Max finishing in 10th place. Following the nail-biting drama at Silverstone, Jeremy, 61, failed to remain silent as viewers sat on the edge of their seats watching this weekend's Grand Prix. In view of his 7.3 million Twitter followers, the Doncaster-born presenter made several digs towards Lewis. Today's tense race was brought to a halt following a multi-car crash at the first corner, which saw several drivers withdraw from the competition. Reacting to the incident, Jeremy tweeted, "I wonder if there will ever be a race where the Mercedes drivers don't crash into things?" He later went on to add, "Ah, clever, only Hamilton on the track. That way he can't hit anybody." Last week, it emerged that Formula One stewards had refused Red Bull's demand to look into Hamilton's penalty, leaving Mercedes bosses furious with the decision. Mercedes have since called for Red Bull to stop attempting to tarnish the good name and sporting integrity of Hamilton. However, his 10-second penalty will remain in place and the Mercedes driver will receive no further punishment for his part in the crash. Verstappen has since addressed Lewis' 10-second time penalty, insisting he believes it wasn't enough. He said, "Basically you take out your main rival, and especially with the speed we have with our cars, we are miles ahead of the third best team. We are easily 40-50 seconds ahead in normal conditions, so a 10-second penalty doesn't do anything, so definitely that penalty should have been more severe." Following the tense collision at Silverstone, former racing drivers have aired their thoughts, with some claiming the responsibility lay with Hamilton, 36, while others believe Verstappen. At the time, the latter accused him of being dangerous and disrespectful, as well as displaying unsportsmanlike behavior. Christian Horner, the principal of the Red Bull team, was left engulfed with rage, claiming Hamilton had put Verstappen's life at risk before going on to label him desperate. After Mercedes claimed Verstappen had been overly aggressive, Horner soon saw red and hit out in a blistering attack. The 47-year-old, who is married to the Spice Girls' Jerry Horner, wrote in his Red Bull column, "I felt the narrative that Max was being overly aggressive at that stage was unjustified." Christian continued, "You only have to look at the fact Max has 0 penalty points on his license and has not been found guilty of any on-track misjudgments in recent years." He added, "The aggressive 17-year-old F1 rookie Max Verstappen that Hamilton is referring to is not the Max Verstappen of today, just as Hamilton is not the same driver he was when he entered the sport. Both drivers are of course uncompromising in their driving style, but they are both highly skilled drivers with a great deal of experience. The reality is that Hamilton has met his match in a car that is now competitive. I agree that both drivers need to show each other respect, but Hamilton was the aggressor on Sunday."